What is going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to bring you a story about what is happening right now in LA. And we are seeing again the kind of the bringing back of the no bail policy that was in place here during the COVID-19 lockdowns that expired last July, and it was just brought back. And again, man, we have to understand during the COVID-19 lockdowns, again, I don't agree with it, but I kind of understand it to a degree. They did want people to catch it, they want people to be incarcerated with other people that might have, again, man, I understand the mindset from that time period. Again, I don't agree with it, but I understand it to a degree. But now they're bringing it back. And again, we have to understand that if there are no consequences for criminal behavior, like I think vandalism, shoplifting, looting, and certain forms of like battery. Again, there's no in other nonviolent crimes. There's no consequences for that, or at least immediate. Again, they arrest you, but they'll let you go. There's no bail required for that stuff. So again, we have to understand, if they let you go, there's no bail needed for that kind of stuff. Again, the way people think, the way criminals think, is immediate. What consequences do they have to face immediately? We got to understand that, and if there are none, again, they will continue doing whatever they're going to do. They might commit the same crime 10 times a night. Again, we don't know. And rappers like 50 Cent are saying the same thing. And I'm going to bring you a clip, man, showing what he said. And showing what, again, man, what people are thinking about this. But hey, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
Rapper 50 Cent, as he is known, warning LA County and LA the city is about to get out of control, he writes, over its bail policy, allowing more criminals to walk free. The rapper posting a local news clip about the far-left bail reform saying, quote, LA is finished. Watch how bad it gets out there. Shaking my head. Somebody else who's shaking his head is our next guest. He was born and raised in L.A. and says leadership is to blame for the soaring crime problem. Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer joins us right now, shaking his head. Good morning, Steve. Good morning to you. 50 Cent is absolutely right.
Well, let me tell you, his advice is at least worth $1. My question is, where's he been this whole time? I mean, we had zero bail for, several years during the pandemic. And quite frankly, Steve, look, zero bail was an excuse by our Judicial Council, which controls our courts. It was already being discussed and ready to be implemented before the pandemic. The pandemic became the excuse to implement zero bail. The legislature in California, where I served for 6 years in the state assembly, tried to pass zero bail under Senator Hertzberg, and it did. And then the voters had to overturn it. So let's get real. I'm not a listener of 50 Cent, but he has a lot of influence and a lot of followers. And it's about time that the music industry and Hollywood elite got their arms around this problem and started to speak out.
Absolutely. And to your point, Todd, about this started during COVID, the intention was back then, the cover story was, we want to reduce overcrowding. If COVID's super contagious, try to get as many people out of the jails as possible. Well, now, COVID is no longer a problem, but that's still the intent.
It's always been the intent. Listen, there's a social agenda sweeping America that was implemented before the pandemic. It was accelerated during the pandemic. Yep. And now that the pandemic's over, guess what? The social progressives are not going to allow the excuse of the pandemic to stop them from trying to transform America. And the worst enemy that's enabling all of this in Los Angeles is the LA Times. There's a front page article today in the editorial section all about we must provide housing first for the homeless. No, we have Reverend Andy Bales, who ran the rescue mission in LA, driven out of LA because he had the gall to say, as an expert, you must provide mental diversion, mental illness diversion, mental health, and alcohol. Nope. When he said housing first doesn't work, they drove him out of the rescue mission. LA County has failed. It's beyond crisis. It's not rescuable. And last point, Steve, did you know the homeless count went up in the last count? Why? Because the homeless are going in droves to LA County where they can get $1 million house for free, while my son, who has a college education and just graduated, cannot afford to live in Los Angeles. What is upside down about this model?
You know what, guys, man, I had no idea that they're going to put this policy, the snow bail policy, in place regardless. I had no idea. You know, again, man, COVID was a good cover story, but they were going to do it anyways. And the thing is, man, we have got to understand what's happening in this country. Again, man, we are seeing that take place in places like New York. And I think the entire state of Illinois is like that now. You know, again, man, they don't take you to jail for certain crimes. No bail is required. So, again, we have got to understand that, again, there's some kind of social narrative, agenda being pushed in this country. Again, man, we also have to understand that it's not for the good. It's not for the good because, again, they don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about your family, my family, your property, my property. They don't care about that kind of stuff. And again, the only thing that's going to stop these criminals, from coming after you, your family, your property, is, again, consequences. Again, if there's consequences for behavior, again, they won't do it, or, they're less likely to do something. But if there are no consequences, again, there's nothing to stop them. Nothing to stop them. And again, they're going after, your guns. They're going after, again, man, people that stand up and that do the right thing, like Daniel Penny on the subway in New York City. Again, man, we have got to understand that he didn't intend Jordan Neely to, die. Again, he was trying to stop him because, again, he was threatening the lives of everyone on that train. So, again, we have got to understand that they're coming after people that stop them. So, again, if there's no consequences for certain behavior, again, what's going to stop that behavior? They're going to break into your house. And again, man, there's only one deterrent: consequences. Again, man, if they get their ass kicked, or if they get shot, or if they get arrested, they'll stop. But if those things are pretty much off the table, they're going to come after you, but they're going to come after your family, your house. So we have got to understand what's happening. And we have got to understand that we have got to stand up. We got to start speaking up big time. Because again, man, that kind of stuff is just pure evil. It's just pure evil. And again, man, he was talking about, again, his son went to college in LA and can't even afford to live there. But again, they're giving away all kinds of stuff to homeless people, to people from other countries. So again, we have got to understand, man, there's some kind of agenda being pushed, and it's not good. It's not good. It's not right. But hey, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
You son of a